Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We're here today in our studio with Yassen and his 2015 Mustang GT. Yassen recently reached out to me on Mustang 6G asking about doing a suspension revamp on this car, specifically to upgrade the rear suspension using parts from Steeda. Tell us a little bit about your car. How'd you end up with this Mustang?
I've always had an interest in Mustangs. I've been following the release of the new model for quite a while.
So this is your first Mustang?
Yes, this is my first Mustang.
Okay. What are your initial impressions of it so far? I mean, like it?
Phenomenal. I love the car. I've had it about 6 months and I've already put 8,000 miles on it.
Okay, nice.
Love driving it, very engaging.
And basic bolt-on so far, exhaust, cold air tune, nothing crazy yet?
Yeah. That's pretty much a catback exhaust.
Okay, and today we're doing the Steeda springs, sway bars, and basically everything they make for the IRS. Tell us about the parts you chose and why'd you go with Steeda?
That's right. Well, Steeda seemed like the first company to have a complete package for the IRS.
Okay.
And based on some of the feedback that's out there, a lot of the customers are very happy with the parts and the results they've got.
And myself as well. I'm running the Steeda stuff on my car right now, and no complaints at all.
Right. So that's pretty much why I went with them.
Okay. And what are you hoping to get out of this? I mean, what are you expecting the car to be like when you get it back?
So definitely trying to eliminate some of the pitch and roll, smoother transitions.
And wheel hop is an issue, I'm assuming, for you as well. The stock tires especially.
Right. There seems to be a lot of movement in the rear subframe, both vertical and horizontal. So hopefully all that will get sorted out.
Well, I appreciate you bringing the car up. Let's get started with the installation. These are all the Steeda parts we're going to be installing in Yassen's 2015 Mustang GT today. It should totally change the ride and performance of this car when it gets it back. We're going to be starting off with Steeda's Stage 1 handling pack. That's going to include the front and rear lowering springs, along with their front and rear sway bar. Yassen chose to upgrade the sway bar mounts to the billet ones offered by Steeda, which will fit their front and rear sway bar. For the rear suspension to put the power to the ground, we're using their IRS support bushing system, along with their IRS braces and a set of the vertical links. The front end, we're using Steeda's bump steer kit to make sure there's no bump steer issues with our lowered Mustang, and to make sure we can dial in the toe properly, we have the adjustable toe links for the rear. Hey, Yassen, we appreciate the business and thanks for bringing the car out. What do you think so far of the stance of the car with the Steeda springs on? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it looks great, both front and rear. Exactly what I was looking for.
Cool. Want to take it for a ride, see how it drives?
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you think of the ride so far with the Steeda springs?
Definitely feel the lower center of gravity.
I noticed when I put them on mine, the car felt tighter. Like
Right.
the whole ride just felt completely different with the springs on the car.
Right, yeah, I mean, just going with that bump back there, I felt the exact same thing right here as well. Looks like the brake dive is somewhat diminished.
Yeah, you should notice that with that. I mean, having the stiffer front spring, when you get on the brakes hard, you're going to feel a noticeable difference. When you hit them a couple times, you probably feel it.
The ride quality is not, doesn't feel much different.
It didn't. That was kind of where I was with the Steedas too. When I first put them on, I was looking at different springs, and I thought the car rode really well from the factory, but I always felt that the performance pack springs are kind of on the bouncy side.
Right.
I wanted something a little firmer, but I wasn't looking to go, slam to the ground or anything like that. And they just really fit the bill for what I had on mine. And like I said, I have a similar setup, obviously, without all the IRS parts that you did. A huge difference when you're on the brakes. The car stays nice and flat.
Right, exactly, yeah. The rear end does feel more rigid and planted.
Yeah, those braces especially should really do a good job of keeping it centered, but then, like I said, adding the bushings, keeping the diff the way it is, the whole rear should feel a lot tighter.
Yeah, especially when you get on the throttle outside of the turn.
It stays planted better.
Right.
That was my fear when I ordered my 15. Like I said, I ordered mine right around the same time you got yours, and I knew the IRS, you know there'd be a couple issues, but you always know the aftermarket will have us covered.
Right.
That plant's nice.
Right.
Feels good.
Puts the power down much better than before.
That 1-2 shift, you probably would have had some hop before. As soon as you get into, at least mine was the same way. The 1-2 shift was one of the worst things.
Right.
That felt nice and tight.
Right.
So what do you think overall? You happy with the parts you got?
Absolutely,
Happy with the
yeah.
car that feels?
Yeah. Definitely exceeds the expectations
Excellent.
that I had.
Well, hey, we appreciate you bringing it up to us.
No, thank you very much for all the work you did.